What's up? This is Jake from True Phonic, and join us February 9th. We are opening for the Savants of Soul at Open Mics in Melbourne. Show starts at 7. We go on at 7:15. Thank you.
What's up, guys? I understand that this episode's coming out maybe a little bit late, but you know what? Life has been crazy for us over here at the Why Are We Here studios, but they've been crazy for all the right reasons. So, life's getting good. We are moving on up. We've got a great episode for you guys, and it's all happening right now.
And welcome to another episode of Living Podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Our first recording in 2019. How do you like that?
Well, wasn't our last episode like New Year's?
Well, I released it. We recorded before, and it's not fucking with me, Tach.
Okay.
I see what you're doing. Right. I see what you're doing over there.
Are we currently in the future? Or are we currently in the past?
Now we're finally in the future.
Oh, now
And
we're
we
in the
still don't have flying cars.
You guys ready for me to introduce the cast?
All right, let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is now my favorite thing to do.
Okay.
This host is redefining the phrase swag to mean sex with a ginger. If you don't know he's single, don't worry, he'll tell us. He always tucks his penis up. Think about it.
I do.
Our very own redheaded rocker, Mr. Tach Van Sickle.
It's always the hair with you. I don't know.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Whatever.
All right.
Hi, I'm Tach.
Hi, Tach. How are you, buddy?
I'm all right.
Over to our next host. He has been quoted saying 60% of men around the world have beards, while the other 40% can be seen transitioning into women. His Miata's exhaust is broken, but part of him secretly likes the sound to be like a 17-year-old high school virgin with a glass pack. Not many people get glass pack reference, but
I understood about 3 of those words.
he supports the sport and coined the saying, "Leave it to the French to invent a sport of running away the most efficiently way possible." Hashtag parkour. Mr. Josh Wilson.
What's up, guys?
Hiya.
We have no Andrea tonight, no Andrea Joy.
We're
She
joyless tonight.
We are joyless. Yeah, she might be able to come up for her Guyry section later, but hey, baby is calling, so Andrea is home. But we do have a special guest in studio. He is the better half of Attack Films. He does musical theater to meet chicks. Just ask his wife. And he dances to Boys to Men in his room alone when nobody is watching. Mr. Jimmy Klein.
Oh yeah, Vanilla Ice too. Yeah.
No, it was specifically Boys to Men.
Was it?
I caught you.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
And
It
me,
was a squeaky floor. Yeah.
my idea of safe sex is a padded headboard. I am Adam Poston. So welcome to Living Vicariously.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah.
What's up,
Or
Jimmy?
thank you.
Nice to have you back,
Yeah,
buddy.
It's nice to be here. Yeah.
Hell
Haven't seen
yeah.
you guys in forever since last year?
Yeah, it's like a whole year ago. You know we're going to do those jokes all
Hell yeah, we're
night
dads,
long.
of course.
Yes. This is a podcast full of dads. Yeah, this is.
It is.
This
Well,
is
congratulations to the 3 of
This
you, by
is
the way.
Dadcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Dad, Grandpa.
Grandpa, yeah.
All right. All right.
What's up, Gramps?
Hey, technically, Tach, my
Yeah.
stepdaughter had a child like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So
So how come you didn't take that
technically-
role?
it's not blood, I guess. So
Mine's technically not blood either.
yeah, but you adopted your daughter. So
Not,
yes.
not legally.
He did it on the black market.
Yeah.
Is that a racist joke? Wait a minute now. Hang on.
I went and did it on the deep web.
Yeah.
Josh helped me with
The
that.
deep web. We went through the onion.
The Onion Network. You know, I just learned about the tour. Well, I guess say the tour, the Onion Networks, and a few of those other things. I'm setting up a VPN at home. Setting up NordVPN. I'm going to give them a free plug. Maybe they can give me some free access. But
Hey, why not?
yeah, it's pretty cool and pretty fucking scary, man.
You know-
I kind of don't want any access to that shit. I don't even want to know about it.
I learned about Tor in a conversation where somebody was explaining to me that the NSA already has a way to track people through Tor. So it's completely useless now.
Damn, really?
'Cause I learned about it when they were explaining how they busted the Silk Road. Which-
Anybody know the Silk Road reference in here?
Yeah, that's where I did the adoption.
That probably could happen in there. You know what it is, Jimmy?
Yeah. I saw the documentary about it.
Netflix did one, yeah.
Yeah.
It was really, really good, too.
So I guess if you're listening and you don't know, the Silk Road was this deep web place where you could buy anything.
Heroin,
from
like
drugs, people,
kills, like
hookers.
it's crazy.
You just anything. You could buy anything meet people, pay
And
with
that
cash.
shit will get shipped right to your door.
The shipping took forever, though. No, never mind.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
But yeah, so you're setting up VPN at home, huh?
Yeah, I want to set up a VPN. Not for the sketchy reasons that most people around the internet use VPN. I want to use it just simply so that I can avoid the cookie traced and browsing history and alerts and all the shit that I get every time I visit a website like Facebook or anything. I get special advertisements based on what I've installed on my computer, based on what I've done searches for. So a lot of Viagra attack. It's really weird. Just a lot of shit that I just don't care to have public. And then having it set up to where nobody can track my browsing habits like the government or like whoever, it's nice. And hopping around VPN sites is nice too. Double VPN
So you
is
really
really
mean
cool.
so Andrea can't track it?
I know. If you're on my computer, then you can see.
I know, it's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a comedy podcast, so we do that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to say you can
about that.
access sites from other countries that you can't.
Yeah, so
without, right?
a lot of countries will build in, a lot of hosting services, like if you wanted to watch Netflix and you happen to be in Turkey, I don't know, pick a country. Well, there's some titles, U.S. titles, that you cannot watch based on your IP.
Right.
Well, when you get the VPN, which is completely legal, but when you get a VPN and you tunnel in to some other country, then your entity online is as if you were a resident of that said country.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not many things that the U.S. gets blocked from outside because the U.S. is a hub.
So you could
everywhere.
log into Netflix through like the UK or something,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you log into Netflix just like you would normally do it. Netflix just thinks that you're from the UK when you're logging into it that day.
Gotcha.
So
So
my
you
dad-
would set it up because I guess UK Netflix has different things than what we have, and vice versa. I think we have more of
More
like
Doctor Who.
I don't
Isn't that the only show that they produce that's really good?
And it's like
I'm
the
just
same
kidding.
5 actors in all the British shows.
Yes, it is. That one chick,
It's like watching
blonde.
porn.
Yeah.
And they're all shot like on a Sony Handycam too.
Yeah.
So your dad uses it?
Yeah, that's how my dad. I'm sure it's come up on the show, but he's in Japan and he uses his VPN, so
Oh,
he could
okay,
watch
okay.
stateside Netflix.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome. What VPN does he use? Do you want to say?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
It's
Nord is good. There's been a few that have been subpoenaed by the government, and turns out, even though they've advertised they aren't showing or aren't logging, they are. Nord is one that actually legitimately shows their history and shows everything that they do. They're very open about it, and they have no logs, which is kind of the whole point of having a VPN. You don't want to have traces of where you've been. It's kind of the whole point.
if you got something to hide.
You see, that's just the thing. That's just the thinking. I want to use VPN. I don't have anything to hide. However,
I just want to look like I'm browsing from somewhere else.
I just don't want my
For
habits to be
reasons.
tracked.
You should. You might find this interesting. You should go read about Facebook shadow profiles.
Really?
Yeah, it'll absolutely destroy any reason for you to do this if that is what you're after.
Well, it's about everything, not just Facebook. I was using
no,
Facebook
no.
as the example.
But they explain how they can track your habits through a VPN. It was part of the court case. It was a whole big
Really?
thing about how.
Interesting.
Yeah, we all have. Even if you don't have a Facebook account, Facebook has a profile on you. It may just know you as user ID long string of numbers,
Right.
but they
That's
have,
mine. That's my user ID.
But yeah, they still track us, and that's how they were able to still do targeted advertising using Facebook metrics. That's why Facebook is worth so much money.
Interesting.
But enough about nerd talk. Jesus,
What the
guys.
fuck, man? It's not nerd talk. It's real talk. Wait, what? I think that's a coin phrase already.
Yeah,
So
it is.
any news on your job?
No, not yet.
I'm going to ask every
Still
week
waiting.
until there's news.
I know. Trust me, I'll let you guys know as soon as I know.
Did
something.
did anybody steal the Dragon capsule on your watch?
No, they didn't.
That's good.
Boom.
I thought it was gonna be a whole heist thing. I was ready. I was looking.
In the rafters?
Yep.
You know, if they came to steal it from you, they would just pull up to the front door and say, "Hey, we're here to pick it up. Here's our paperwork." You'd be like, okay. There it goes.
And that's all I could do. Okay. Just all right, let me get the door for you. It's kind of complicated.
Wait, they don't. So they don't give you guns, and
No.
you don't have like
I
flak
have-
vests on and armor, and
I have a phone. I can call the cops.
that's not.
Observe and report, sir. That's our.
You don't even have a
mission.
nightstick?
No.
Do you have-
carry a nightstick?
Do you have anybody that, and obviously don't say their name because I know you've got some buddies that work for you or work with you that listen, but do you have that stereotypical guy that flunked out of the academy, but he's trying to get some kind of security job?
we
and he
got
wants
those
to
where I
be,
work, yeah.
He wants to be that cop, so he would tackle a motherfucker if he needed
Yeah,
to.
you get those in the industry.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anybody specific, but there used to be a guy that worked with us that was like that. Very
The guy that
hardcore.
randomly checks people's lunchboxes when you walk in the room and stuff. Yeah.
Would security?
I
when
don't
they
have
see
to
your-
search that.
Yeah, is that really a Laffy Taffy? I don't believe you. Let me have it. I'm confiscating this.
All right, Tach.
Yeah.
Have you ever exploited your position as a security guard for any like entertainment?
Oh, I see frisking
or
girls.
whatever, frisking a girl, opening a bag, taking up somebody's time who's being a dick. Just anything.
Yes.
I have had people like, I need you to just pull over to the side of the road here and just wait and stand by. But, maybe I wasn't in a huge hurry. And that's not SpaceX people. These are like contracted people that come out here or whatever. They're just being dicks or something at the gate. Like, you need to let me in here. Like, well, you don't have a badge. Like, well, they let me in yesterday. Well, then I wasn't here yesterday. So you're going to be waiting over here until you get an escort.
Go sit in the corner.
Yeah.
Think about what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
What's the most excitement you've had at work? Like, what's the
Got a
most exciting
blowjob?
thing that happened?
There isn't any. I mean, aside from the anomaly that happened like 2.5 years ago, but I mean, there's nothing exciting that happened.
Anomaly means rocket blew up on the pad.
The rocket
That's-
blew up on the
yeah.
pad, during a static fire.
Static fire test.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting day. I was actually teleworking from home that day. I live pretty close to the base, and I had no idea that there was even a static fire. I just thought it was a sonic boom from a landing, from something coming back in. Just
Damn, is that
really
loud?
loud. Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's really loud.
Yeah, I was at the other launch pad, and we all heard it inside this building. Boom! We're like, oh, because we knew we were static firing that day. We're like, oh shit!
Oopsie.
And everybody goes running outside this
Shouldn't have
building,
pressed that button.
and all we see is black smoke, and we're like, oh fuck!
This is gonna be a long shift today. That's what they were saying to each
Were
other.
any of you here when the
Yes.
Challenger blew up?
I was a third grader, fourth grader.
That shit was really loud too.
I was in Palm Bay though.
I lived in Rockledge. That was really loud.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was not in Florida then.
It's sad, Josh. We're not going to be able to have these kind of conversations here soon.
No, we get to talk about fighter jets.
Yes. F-35s, baby. Not nearly as cool as space
No, not
program,
really.
but
It's
yeah.
Still
not.
cool though.
It is
Jimmy
cool.
works with planes.
I don't work with them. I work with avionics that go on planes.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of?
So is
what
there
kind
more
of
to
vehicles?
that?
I'm sorry?
What kind of vehicles?
Mainly passenger jets. Like
Really?
777, 787s, Airbuses, stuff like that.
What kind of stuff? If you were able to talk about it.
Everything in the cockpit.
No shit.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
We have-
Fun.
We have some friends that work at a company that does the satellite installations inside
that Harris?
private jets.
Mm.
No. This is a small. I don't know if
Talking
you
about
want to say.
Satcom Direct.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, they do communications and internet for airplanes.
Yeah, that's what my wife works on. She works on satellite communications for some of the business regional jets.
That's cool.
So Jimmy, tell us about you, buddy. What's happening with Jimmy?
Well,
How's Attack Films going? How's
yeah,
your
Attack
life?
Films has been going pretty good. Taint Funny hasn't been really
Yeah, we commented on that last week.
taintly or funny lately.
It's non-existent. The podcast isn't even around anymore.
I mean, we got a Facebook group that we're still talking, but that's really about it. We've talked about getting back together to do something, but that doesn't really happen. So really, it's just mainly focusing on photography and Attack Films.
That's
We've been
awesome.
working with your boy Jake Salter.
Yeah, dude.
That's what we've been working on lately. Yeah.
I was talking to him a little bit today.
Yeah.
We're going to get him in next week after, something like that for our an interview, and maybe he's going to bring some of the guys to do an acoustic set or something. I kind of threw that out there.
Yeah, I talked to him about it the other day. Or was it yesterday? I don't know.
It was Friday.
And he talked about, I was like, oh yeah, because I guess he's not as busy as like the other guys. So he said he would definitely come in and bring an acoustic and all that.
That would be fucking
do some
awesome.
stuff. So
I mentioned I've been talking to Tach through WhatsApp. You guys have permission now. I don't have the date or anything yet, but to use the Cocoa Village Playhouse.
Oh,
stage.
nice. Good. That's
So you guys-
awesome.
You guys have that. So Stacy, the director, wanted to make sure that the music was not something that would represent the Playhouse poorly.
I understand.
And
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
no. I said they knew Mike Burns, who used to be in the band with Jake
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. So they knew who the connections were and made all those things. So they're making that happen. So you guys
That's
are
cool.
going to
Good.
get. I'm going to get a window of time to give you guys from Jason.
Okay.
All I am is the middleman here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then then you guys will just have to coordinate with the guys from the band to get everybody out there in time.
Yeah, and me and Tach are excited about this video. We think it's going to be really good. And
can't
when we
wait.
pitched the idea to, Jake and the band had the main idea for the video.
Because it's
We
a
just
story-based
kinda
one,
added-
right?
Yeah, we just kind of added on to it and added our own kind of elements to it. And yeah, we've shot about half of it. I think we have 3 shoot days down, 3 more to go. So
That's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Which reminds me, so I don't forget, which, by the way, I did forget to tell you about that. So that's kind of
What's
a
that?
big deal. What he just told you.
Oh, we just
I
talked
thought,
about this
I thought
today.
you were referring to me. Like,
No.
okay.
No, we just talked about this today.
I know, but I talked to him like the whole drive up here and completely slipped my mind. But anyway,
I'm the one with bad memory tag. You should remember that.
but since we're talking about it, so I don't forget,
Yeah.
I was thinking today, I know this is going to make sense to anybody, but when we're doing the black shoot, I think that's when we need to use the sped up.
Yeah, we'll do one.
I don't
take
think
like
we
that.
need to do
but
it.
we need white people too, Tach. It can't just be like.
I don't think
Jimmy
we
got
need
it.
I don't think we need to do it at the live performance portion of the
No,
video.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think it would look right with the live.
Nobody knows what the fuck a
crates.
black shoot means. What does that mean?
That's just our word for it. That's not an
Yeah.
actual thing. That's just what we're calling it. It's the Cocoa Village performance because they're going to be performing like an intimate setting
Like think
on the stage.
think 90s extreme. Yeah, more than words.
Like unplugged.
Yeah, it's going to
Kinda.
look kind of like that, but darker. Like what we want is that's going to be the narrative. It's going to be pushing the whole storyline along. So we're going to have the shoot, where it's going to audience and all this kind of stuff. But we need one shoot where the band is playing really to the camera and not to an audience, and that's what that shoot's going to be.
Dude, that'd be cool.
We call it the black shoot because we want all darkness around them except for the lights on them, and that's it.
All right, when this all happens, you'll need to get a hold of, I think it's Gavin or maybe it's Jeremy with the Playhouse. I don't remember which one it is, but one of them will have to basically, you won't be able to use them for a bunch of lighting effects, but whatever you need set, they can focus and set
Really, like
what you need.
Honestly, like the ghost light might be enough.
Oh, no
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
if we have lights, we can bring in otherwise, but that might be the light we're looking for.
Okay.
Because the
If
50
he's willing
millimeters
to-
we use, it's
If he's willing to come out and like just set some lights and be done,
Well, if it's during the day, they'll be there anyway. Those are staff members of the that's where they work. That's their job. But, well, cool.
Even better.
So, Jimmy, how's the family? How's everything going?
we're all getting bigger, so that's cool. Yeah. My son's 2. He just turned 2 in September now.
Oh,
So that's
awesome.
that's a fun age. My other son is 12 now, and he has this little female friend. He's been texting lately.
Damn,
so,
at
yeah.
12? Look at him go.
When
Holy
he's so
shit.
quiet and shy, Tach knows him obviously, and he's so quiet and shy. It's surprising that he's even talking to a girl. But yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Get it, playa.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she's not too bad. I mean, if I was 12, she'd be hot. Yeah.
stay off
Damn
the
it.
Silk Road.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Man.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
really
too
cool to
bad.
hear. Are you guys ever? So this is really for both Tach and you. Are you guys ever going to reincarnate Taint Funny? Are you going to change stuff up? Do some remote recording from everybody's homes?
We
or
had
something?
talked about right before we kind of stopped it, and I don't even think it's on iTunes anymore.
Is the show off completely now?
It's off completely. It's only due to like just not caring for it properly.
Oh, gotcha.
Kind of like miscommunication and billing, and then
So if it's Libsyn, you can get them back up.
I know we can. We
they
just
should
haven't
restore
yet.
all of it.
We just
But see,
haven't
like
yet.
if you look through some of the stuff that Taint Funny has done, and if you really are honest, I think some of the best stuff we did was for YouTube. I mean,
Your guys' skip bits are fucking hilarious.
and I think that's kind of our wheelhouse. I think we kind of like that better. So if it reincarnates, I kind of see it as a YouTube thing.
We talked about it for a
Yeah.
while, but scheduling is difficult.
Yeah.
And it's not dead. We may eventually get back to
Yeah.
it. We just no plans currently. So
all right.
Fun.
But you did say you're still on Facebook. Like, there's still a community. Over
Oh yeah.
there.
There's still it's still a thing. It's still a titled thing, but it's just if you look on iTunes, you're not going to find it.
yeah.
So Facebook and YouTube. That's all you need.
There you go, Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, people make huge money. People make apps about making money on YouTube. It's such a...
Oh yeah, there's YouTube people making 30-40 grand a month.
It's so crazy.
It's insane.
Oh yeah, making millions a year.
Seriously, yeah.
I just don't think I'm that interesting.
You're not.
Seriously,
Don't
seriously,
say that.
just-
You'd be surprised. Like I was looking up a YouTube guy out of Orlando, and all he does is he buys really, really dirt cheap exotic cars and fixes them up, and he's bringing in 35 to 40 grand a month. I mean, and that's how he finances the cars. He bought a Lamborghini Gallardo for I think like 50 grand or something like that, and the thing was a piece of junk. Both turbos were blown on it. The engine was blown. All kinds of stuff was wrong with it. Had fire damage. And he ended up fixing it up through a YouTube series. Ended up fixing it up so it was good. Sold it for like $110,000, and then the whole time he's bringing in 30 or 40 grand a month doing it. Like it's insane.
I have a friend of mine. She did as a daily vlog with her and her kids.
Is that Ash Blage? Oh, no. Different.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
She does a daily vlog, and her name is Melody, and her show is called More to Love. And it's just her and her kids every single day. And she makes enough money just to live off it.
And you said she does that daily, right?
Wow, are you
Every day,
serious?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, she makes
Maybe
several grand a month, yeah.
Maybe I need to try videos.
To monetize, you need 1,000 followers, and
Subscribers, yeah.
I want to say 1,000 hours or 100,000 hours of view time or something like that. The view time sounds extreme, but they said it's really not that bad. So you need 1,000 followers and then a bunch of people viewing it, and what they consider view time, and then you can quote unquote monetize it. Then you start getting paid for advertising.
You could totally do skit bits, Josh, for your beard oil and make it a whole thing about, you know, the manlier men wear this, and do the like messing with Sasquatch. Do you remember that bit for the beef jerky?
I do.
That was fucking brilliant, and it had nothing to do with beef jerky other than they would be eating beef jerky during the skit that they were doing with messing with Sasquatch. You should do something like that.
I would love to make money off of YouTube. I've thought about it. I've tried blogging, and I
would love to too. We've been working on that.
You can pick the most random shit and look it up on YouTube, and there'll be some standalone video that has like 5 million views on like how to wire up this microphone or something stupid like that. I mean, there's such random crap, especially if you look at the actual title, like, you know, an individual microphone. Yeah, I'm sure there's a video out there for 2 million views on that microphone you're using.
That's funny you say
crazy.
that. Like, I was looking up how to install a radio today.
Yeah.
Because I just bought a radio for my car, and I put in 2001 Miata and then the specific radio type, and it was just some dude in California. He's like, this is how you install this specific Sony radio.
I bet it has at least like 20,000 views easily. It's crazy.
I didn't look, but it had exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
So I stopped my search. First result.
It's
done.
extremely specific, and you found it. That's awesome. God bless YouTube, man.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
I fucking love YouTube. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't. Man, what could I talk about?
You could just
Nobody
do
cares enough
like
about
a
mustaches.
weekly show just about your products, or your products can sponsor.
Yeah,
the
they
show.
say the more specific you know, the better.
You know, I actually know some guys that could shoot it for you and stage it right and get the lighting right and the audio right. I know a couple guys. It's my buddies down in Melbourne, ABC Film. No, I'm just kidding. You should get Attack Films to do it for you.
Have you read their Yelp reviews?
All right, you guys want to take a break there?
Sure.
Okay,
All
sure.
right. Attack.
No.
What? No. All right, Josh.
What about
What do you
Jimmy?
get?
He's a guest.
What? Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if Jimmy knows who GWAR is. We'll
I
find
know
out.
GWAR is, yeah.
You know who GWAR is?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you get when you mix GWAR and tampons?
I have no idea.
You'll find out after the break.
After the break.
Check out a little bit of True Phonic. Jake will be in studio with us soon, but enjoy them. We're playing a little bit longer than our normal break times for some of their songs because they're just so good.
You don't want them
They're
to
just so
really
good. I hate cutting them short or having people talk over them like I'm doing right now on the song right now. Okay, we're going to go break.
I think they play safe bets that I never get this off my chest. But since then I learned better, though it took me forever. Born and raised in a pasture until family disaster. The only other road went straight southern for the East Coast. But ever since that I arrived, all the talk about was leaving, and I could care less about some changing of the seasons. And they ain't never lived nowhere, they thought that it was freezing. They don't know what they believe in.
Oh, yeah. YouTube tutorials can teach you anything. I don't know, maybe how to do proper voiceover work instead of some bullshit rinky-dink podcast. Thank you for listening to Living Podcariously, or as I like to call it, just another stepping stone.
Because you see me all the way till a judgment day. In the city, as by the sea, that's where I should be. And if it's drowning, well, I'll be swimming. In the city, as by the sea.
All right, so GWAR and Tampons. What the fuck?
Man, that's been a cliffhanger.
All
All right, so the question I asked is, what do you get when you mix GWAR and tampons? First, for our listeners, who's GWAR? Help our listeners out.
They're like a novelty rock band.
It's like a generic Kiss.
They do like crazy stage performances and guts
It's all
and
about
gore
the
and blood.
pageantry. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're
Over the top pageantry.
Like Kiss meets Alice Cooper.
definitely. I don't think we need to describe tampons, but yes. So the question is, what do you get when you mix GWAR and tampons? The answer, drunk and high, apparently.
What?
Yes. So the original story was published at GWAR on November 6th. That's an Indonesian news agency.
Sounds like somebody from Star Wars.
So kids these days just think Tide Pods. All right. After boiling sanitary pads in water for an hour, Indonesian kids are drinking the liquid, which reportedly gives users the feeling of flying and hallucination. And GWAR was approached for some comments about this. I don't know how the Indonesian press happened to get. I want to know the guy that made that connection because he's a genius. The guy who made the Indonesian news broadcaster who connected this story with I want to interview GWAR about this story because there was no association to him yet.
Maybe that's like one of their pockets of like strong influence. Like GWAR just has a giant following in Indonesia.
It's kind of like David Hasselhoff in Germany. He's like huge over there. Everywhere else, he's a joke. But Germany, he's like the bee's knees. All right, so the guitarist, Pastilus Maximus, I think is his name, if I'm reading that right. That's the guitarist for GWAR. Says, they have finally discovered my hidden scrolls containing the secrets to ultimate debauchery. This was a closely guarded pre-show ritual until now. And then the vocalist, his name is Blothar. Blothar says, sounds like harmless fun. I drank my share of the blood of minstrels. Wait, are we talking blackface minstrels here? Because I don't condone that. That's just gross. And I don't get the blackface reference. I don't know if he meant, I'm not even going to go there. But yes, apparently if you boil tampons and sanitary pads, like, pads in water for an hour, it creates a liquid that is hallucinogenic.
Are these like used?
No. Brand new. It's the chemicals. That's part of the thing that made it weird. Because at first everybody thought, okay, that's really gross for them to be doing that. But no, it's the chemicals that are used in the production of these products. Those chemicals innately are not illegal. They're not controlled substances. There's nothing wrong with those chemicals.
Silica gel?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's what's in diapers, I think. So,
really?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't girls get fucked up by putting the tampons in?
Probably the temperature. The activation element there is the temperature of boiling them in water. So I'm going to imagine that it's because it's being activated by the heat. I don't know, Tach. That part of the story, I don't know. Maybe we should get GWAR on the phone. You got him right. Give him a call.
This is what always goes through my mind when I hear stories like this is who was first and who was second.
Dude, you got to try this, man. This is good.
Because how does that happen in the first place? He's just like, I'm just going to make some tea. I don't have any tea bags, so I'm just going to use this tampon. How do you get to that point where you're boiling tampon?
It was probably some drunk kids in Indonesia sitting around daring each other to do stupid shit. And then one of them said, I dare you to boil that and then drink what comes out of it. That could have been it.
Do you think maybe it's just like a placebo effect?
Yeah.
That somebody somewhere said, whoa, man, I'm fucked up. And everybody was like, I know, me too.
There is more on the article. I don't have it here, but there's more on the article where it did go into the Indonesian Agency for Controlled Substances or something. I don't know what it was exactly, but their drug administration agency, kind of like what we've got here. What was ours? EPA? No.
DEA?
Not DEA. No, it's the one that approves drugs here.
FDA?
FDA, thank you. Food and Drug Administration. Their version of that. They came out and said, while the legality is not the product itself, it's not illegal, it is being used in the way that it shouldn't be used, which is harmful to the human body.
That makes sense.
So they did come out and say, while it's technically not illegal, you can do it. We highly recommend against doing this because it does have chemical reactions that are dangerous. So yeah, it's
crazy.
So there you go. Did I answer the question, Jimmy? Did it make sense now? How did you get from GWAR to
I'm just
tampons?
wondering why they would talk to GWAR.
Yeah, I know. That's the coolest part of the story to me.
They have a representative for Stay Free on the phone. No, fuck that. Let's talk to GWAR.
I know why. I would never have read a story about somebody boiling tampons in water unless they attached GWAR to it. That made me read the article. I'm like, what the fuck? I definitely want to read this.
Journalist is like, I am getting on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to do it.
This is my way to jump the shark for this news story. You're giving me the stupid fucking tampon ad or tampon story. Fuck this story. Wait a minute. I got a buddy in GWAR. We're going to make this happen, guys. Biggest, most read news story in Indonesia of all time.
I imagine.
Those crazy kids. Hey, Mr. Wilson.
Hey.
It's game time.
It's that time again. It's Game Time, hosted by Tach Van Sickle. This is where Tach dials in another stupid fucking game for the entertainment of the show's listeners.
Not as fun as D&D, but it's not as shitty as Ticket to Ride.
Oh yeah.
Tach still has not listened to his intro music for Game Time.
Yes, I have. I listened to it a couple episodes ago. I just didn't listen to the new one.
Didn't he just hear it?
And I just heard it. So.
In studio for the
Because
first time.
kids, we do that. We listen to our own show while
we
we're
listen
setting
to
up.
this live.
Before we start game time, I just want to do a little gaming news real quickly. You guys remember the Atari box that was supposed to come out?
The new console?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Atari was going to come out with a new console?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you? Yeah. Well, obviously he doesn't know. Mr. Wilson, have you heard about this?
I mean, I can imagine what it is. I haven't heard any like news. About
okay.
it.
Well, this
So
is this. They teased this like what was a year?
Yeah,
over
they
a year
haven't really
ago.
given a whole lot of information about it as far as how it's going to operate or what it's going to do.
the
but-
new one.
Yeah,
the new one,
It's
yeah.
Atari box. So,
Okay. Yes.
So what it is I did some more research on it because I was wondering the other day. Me and my son were sitting around going, "Wasn't Atari supposed to come out with a box?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "We heard about this like a year ago. Like, what's going on with it?" So I looked into it, and here's the problem: is first of all, it's a very safe program that they're trying to do, along with also it's sketchy. So what it is like there's these guys that are running Atari now, which is obviously not the original guys that run Atari anymore. This was like handed down. It's basically a bunch of Silicon Valley dudes that just acquired the name Atari and now they have it. So
I didn't think Atari ever left because they've been making cell phone games for a long time.
they do. There's also other games that came out for PlayStation stuff like that. They're all Atari
I didn't think
games
they
too.
ever left. Yeah.
But now it's like a handful of dudes that live in Silicon Valley that now have attached to Atari. So they were like, well, let's create a console, but they don't have the money. They don't have Atari money.
Oh, okay.
So what they're doing is they're doing a GoFundMe or it's Indiegogo to get this new console out. So they've already reached their goal, but I think it's only like $5 million is all they've raised for this console.
Is that their development costs, you think?
It's everything they're doing is $5 million, which doesn't seem like enough to me.
Doesn't seem like enough for manufacturing
Yeah,
processes.
sounds like they're just making
Yeah.
a small computer. At
So
that
you
point.
can, you can like pre-order. So a lot of people are speculating, like, well, what's this thing going to have in it, for that kind of money? And
Celeron 2.
Raspberry
they're-
Pi.
yeah. So they're talking. A lot of people. There's a lot of YouTube videos of people speculating, and because they'll tease little things here and there, saying this kind of hardware is going to go in it, this kind of, And there's even a video showing like what the console is going to be able to do and stuff like that. And right now you can pre-order one for like $360, which is ridiculous.
Ooh, that's kind of pricey.
Yeah, very pricey.
Not knowing exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah, is it going to be like retro? Is it going to be new? Like what?
It's supposed to be both. They said in this new video this it's supposed to be a bunch of retro Atari games mixed with new games. But I don't know if any titles are going to attach themselves to this thing or what. Because like let's say GTA 6 when it comes out, like I would be hitting up Rockstar. Hey, can we attach this to this console and see if it'll sell? Kind of a thing. But I haven't heard about any kind of promotion like that. But here's the brilliance of it is that if this thing flops, they lose nothing. Because they didn't put any money into it. So it's kind of scary, but I don't know. So I'm still curious to see. It's still on its way, still a ways away to the
So Atari is riding on the bandwagon of their own popularity from the 80s. That's what they're really riding on at this point.
It worked.
Yeah.
Well, look at all
$5 million,
I guess
yeah.
that's a good point.
Look at all the classics consoles coming out.
Yeah,
There's been
that's
3 come out in the last 3 years.
I
so-
got to tell this part of your game time segment. I'm sorry, I got to hijack it for just a second. Ron called me and said the fucking coolest thing. So Ron, our boy Ron, got a Nintendo, old school Super Nintendo for Christmas, and he was playing with our buddy Keith. Everybody knows Keith.
Yeah.
And they got Contra, old school, up, down,
Yeah,
left,
yeah,
right,
he
left,
was
right,
telling me
BA,
that,
select,
yeah.
start, Contra. So him and his buddy Keith were playing for 4 or 5 hours, and they hadn't, they made it to level 5 or some shit and could not get past it. So about halfway through the game, and they could not get past it. And 2 players, if you remember on Contra, it's this old school side scroller. When you have 2 players, you have double the amount of guns to go after the bad guys. So you have better chances of winning. And they had unlimited lives. So whatever. Well, Ron's son is a gamer, like a hardcore FPS first-person shooter. He wants a faster refresh rate on his monitor so he has better skills kind of gamer. He's a no-shit good gamer. Well, he sees them playing this old fucking dad game to him. So he comes over. He says, "What are you guys playing?" So they tell him it's Contra. It's like, yeah, it's really hard, and it's not like your new stuff. So can I try? So he sits down at this and doesn't even need the lives and completely beat the game right in front of him, just as a single player goes through the whole game and beats the whole game right in front of you. Ron's like, "What the fuck, man? We've been doing this for so long." So yeah, shout out to our boy Ron.
That's awesome.
And Logan, his son Logan. He's now 18, right?
That's insane. He's about to turn 18.
Yeah. Happy birthday or Merry Christmas.
That's crazy.
Happy New Year, I think.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Kwanzaa.
All right, so to the actual game that we're going to be playing.
Yes.
So Mr. Wilson has been so kind to bring a game. So technically it's his game time, but I'm running it. So
boom.
That's
so he
fair.
brought a 5-second rule.
Ooh, okay. I love this
So
game.
this looks pretty cool. I've never played it before, so this should be fun. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong because you read the directions as well. So what it is like we're going to be drawing a card. I haven't even
You
looked
draw
at the
for
card.
us or we draw our own?
He's going to draw for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's
I'll
going to
draw
read
for
to
you.
us.
You gotta understand, my favorite part of the game is asking Tach questions that are most likely self-explanatory, but it fucks him up a little bit. I don't know. Let's do. Okay, we can do that.
Well,
sure.
you'll see when we start.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I can't remember the rules. Do the cards go around? Like it's a different person every time. Yeah. So okay, I'm not going to play then, right? I'm not playing. So I'll
Is he
start with
talking to us or
Adam.
himself?
Both.
I'm not sure.
It's your game, buddy.
So I'll
You tell us.
start with Adam.
Is this a real? Was this a real round or is this a
No,
sample?
no. I'm just explaining how we're going to do this.
Okay.
So I'll start with Adam, and then I'll pull a card, and it'll say, as an example, like what was the example you used earlier?
Name 3 lesbians.
3 lesbians. So the card could say name 3 lesbians. And you have 5 seconds to name 3 lesbians. There's a little timer here.
Ooh, okay.
It's actually kind of fun. That makes noise, but it's 5 seconds when all the balls go through. And once those are through, if you can't name 3 lesbians, then it moves on to Jimmy. Jimmy has a chance to steal.
Now,
If you
do I
can't-
have to do you guys have to be sure that I'm telling you the truth? Like I could say Jane, Alice, and Samantha.
I think
Samantha?
I think Jonathan,
Samantha.
Angela.
Does everybody have to know the answers?
I think we have to be able
I mean,
to.
we're all grown ups here.
All right.
If you're obviously making up names, I'm going to talk mad shit.
All right.
But, like if you put an effort into finding 3, I'm not going to.
and,
okay.
And how will you feel about yourself if you cheat?
Andrea's not even here this week, and I'm somehow going to lose this game to her. I can already feel this coming.
So if you can't do it, then it moves on to Jimmy. Jimmy tries. He can't do it. Moves on to Mr. Wilson. If he can't do it, then you automatically get the points at him.
Okay.
Right? Is that how you read that?
Yes.
I think there was some other like.
So we're kind of modifying the out of the box rules to make it work for the show.
Yeah.
To be fair, so Adam will get his chance, and then Jimmy, and then me. However it goes around, then it's 1 point. If it goes all the way back around, then Adam will get that 1 point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now normally we would play to more points. How many points do you want to play to?
74.
70. Let's see. I'm trying to think for time here.
Am I keeping track of points?
Yes, please.
Okay. Copy that.
As always. Trying to think how many rounds do we want to do? How many?
I'm feeling like 4 points is the number.
Like playing to 4 points.
Playing to 4 points.
Why
I
can't we
think.
just go to 5?
You like that?
Then why ask him?
No, because that was a good. It was a good first call. It just 5 just
Let's
seems
go to
like
5 then.
okay. We'll go to 5 points. First to 5 points wins. Since it is 5-second rule.
Perfect.
Boom.
I feel like I'm offending you. I always feel like I disappoint you, Mr. Wilson. I just feel like I piss you off, or
I guess I've just been working on like my dad glare.
it's working. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Adam,
Yes.
okay.
Let's do this. I was just getting the scorecard set up.
Okay.
That's all right. I've already
Does
got 4
somebody want to be
points.
timer guy?
I can be timer guy.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You get
All
the
right.
silly balls.
Yes.
Okay, so you ready,
Yeah.
Adam? Name 3 laws easily broken. Go.
Fishing when you're not supposed to, speeding, and breaking into a bank.
There you go.
Breaking into a bank. I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that one.
What? That's
How is that easily broken?
You can just walk through the door.
I don't. You don't. When was the last time you
Okay. All right. I take the hit, I guess. I got
so,
it.
no points awarded, Adam.
Motherfucker. I got the scorecard.
Jimmy Klein.
Same
Are you
question
ready?
or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he got to steal it.
Yeah,
He said he
that's what
got
I
to
thought.
steal it.
Do we
Yeah.
want to do that?
Well, see, that
Okay.
doesn't really seem fair because I've had like a long time to think about it.
These are the rules that 5 Second
That's
Rule
true.
came
That
up
is
with.
out of the box. We would all get an attempt. I think we should just go to a new category. Let's just go
Okay.
around.
Let's
No
go to a
worries.
new card.
A new round? So I get to go again?
No.
No,
Yeah.
you messed yours up. Tough shit. You
Sorry,
fucked up.
Uh-huh. Sorry.
All right, Jimmy.
Dude?
Sorry.
Name 3. This should be so easy for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Uses for lubricant.
Anal lube to check somebody's prostate.
Done.
Too bad.
Oh, only 2.
Mr.
Fucking
Wilson.
sucking and tucking.
Yeah,
Mr.
right.
Wilson, same question, or are we moving on to new ones?
Let's go to the new one. I agree with Jimmy. I've had time to think about it.
All right. So
It's not
There's
really
a-
five
from
now
seconds
on-
anymore.
There's a
No
lot
more
of
di-
cards.
It's going to take us forever to get to 5 points.
Yeah, right?
Mr. Wilson, name 3 things you can bet on.
Dogs, horses, poker.
Boom.
Damn.
That kind of turned me on a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, man. You did that really good.
Well, I also think too that we cut out from the from editing the show is that he actually held the timer for like 12 seconds and then
Oh, yeah,
flipped
you're
it.
right, yeah.
So.
Yeah,
That's me. Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors.
No.
So good.
All right, so Mr. Wilson has 1 point.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Adam and Jimmy have 0. Adam, are you ready?
Yes.
Name 3 people who have OD'd.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nope.
All right.
That's a tough one.
That is tough.
I mean, all I could get was 1. I couldn't even think of the others.
Who'd you get?
Kurt Cobain, but I couldn't think
He
of...
didn't OD.
He absolutely
shot, didn't
OD'd.
Oh, okay. I guess. I mean, he was
had-
murdered by Courtney, but whatever.
He had
we won't get
enough. Well,
into
she
that.
was out of the country, but she set up the hit. But he had enough
Right.
heroin in his system that he would have died from the OD itself before he had a
Right.
chance to pull the trigger.
Assuming he did it
It's a-
himself.
It's a conspiracy,
We're not going to get into
or
that
just
then.
really shitty police work. One or the other.
All right, Jimmy Klein.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you ready?
Word.
Okay. Name 3 times pain is a good thing. Go.
Sex. That's all I can think of.
Just sex.
All right, we're doing good.
Yeah,
I feel good about this.
Longest game time ever. Josh wins with 1.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson, are you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 adjectives used to describe poop.
Wet, smelly, long.
Nice.
I mean, that works.
That's good. You nailed it.
Damn.
All right, Josh.
This is the reason you acted like you brought the game over and like, oh, it's sealed. I've never played it. I'm like, okay. You memorized every card in here.
You're giving him simple adjectives where I had compound names to say. I had proper names and like
You turned into Jay Alvarez. You said, that's not fair. This is bullshit.
Starting to sound like me last week.
yeah, that's true. You got hosed last week though.
Dude.
So bad.
Josh, you get negative 14 points. Sorry, buddy. Luck of the draw.
All right, so Mr. Wilson is leading with 2.
That's right.
Adam and Jimmy still 0. All right, Adam. This should be fun for you,
Oh, okay.
and you're well versed, so
Oh.
you should get this one. You got to talk quick though. Name 3 conspiracies.
Area 51, aliens, JFK.
Boom.
I'll give it to you, but I didn't like the Area 51 and aliens.
What?
Kind of the same thing.
Area
You still
51? What are you talking about? All right, you said I get it, so I got it. Okay, I'm good.
Actually, the conspiracy for Area 51 is really flying saucer.
Is
That's
that aliens?
not necessarily.
All right.
There's nobody saying that that
Bitch.
flying saucer is from an alien. Could have just been a government flying saucer.
That's
Just
right.
saying.
All right. all
Area
right,
51
all
in
right.
general.
You know he's your opponent, right?
Yeah, I know.
We're both going to lose to Josh, though. So.
Okay. All right, Jimmy Klein.
Good luck, Jimmy. I support you. buddy. See?
Oh, this is right up your alley, Jimmy.
Oh shit.
Name 3 places to throw a party.
At your house, at like a public place, at a restaurant.
All right.
All right, ding, ding, ding. Mr. Wilson.
Longest 5 seconds ever. Still going. Wow.
So it's faulty, and we can use that. All right, Mr. Wilson, they're catching up with you.
I can see that.
All right, so are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
I'm Captain Obvious, that's me. Name 3 people with no heart. That seems like...
What? Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Obama. I don't.
Yeah,
That's a shitty one.
let's give him another one.
That seems very
The only thing
relative.
I,
mean, I don't want
was
you to-
the Tin Man.
I don't want you to.
That's the only thing that came to my mind.
That's what I was thinking too.
I don't want you to win. However, that was
Yeah, it was
kind of
That's like an opinion. thing.
Without a
That's so
heart.
stupid. I can say my 3 X's there.
my mother, my father, my uncle.
Tack Adam Jimmy.
All right, here we go. This one's I think right up your alley too.
Am I going again?
Yeah, you're gonna
Okay.
go again, Mr. Wilson. Okay, Mr. Wilson, name 3 sexy shoes.
Heels. I don't. Adidas. I don't. Nope.
And Vans.
Wah, 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 wah.
Should have said
Nope.
left, right, and heels. All right.
That's.
All right. Ooh, Adam.
Yes.
So
Great.
the scores are Adam 1, Jimmy 1, Mr. Wilson 2.
Uh-oh.
Adam, I think this is right up your alley.
So I hate when he says that because it puts so much pressure.
Yeah, I know.
But this one is though.
Okay.
Adam, name 3 wet things.
My dick, your ass, and your mouth.
That was awesome.
You're absolutely correct.
All right. I will take those points.
Is that what that smell is?
All right, Jimmy Klein. Okay. Name 3 ways to make something taste better. Go.
Put salt on it, put hot sauce on it, and put pepper on it.
All right.
All right, seasoned.
Boom.
That's good.
Nailed it.
It is. It's all tied up.
It's all tied up.
It is all tied
Shit.
up.
I'm sorry. Are you running game time?
I'm your scorekeeper.
So they're all tied up now, Mr. Wilson.
All right, time to pull ahead.
All right, let's do that. This is weird.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay, good luck. Mr. Wilson, name 3 stains.
Coffee, beer, vodka, rum. Vodka's clear.
He gave
You
it
named
4.
4.
Yeah, he
I
got
thought you
it.
were going to say cum. I really did. That was kind of
I did
I was
too.
like, it was going to go.
Worst kind of stain ever.
All right. So
If it stains, that means you missed.
It's true, yeah.
Mr. Wilson has 3, Adam. You only have 2.
What about Jimmy?
Well, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
When I
you're
get to
giving me the
Jimmy-
recap.
When I get to Jimmy, I'll talk to Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Name 3 foods you can use during sex.
Pickles, whipped cream, strawberries.
Okay. I think I would have accepted anything.
I thought you said that I did use during sex. Sorry, my fault.
I would have accepted lasagna.
It's funny because the look on Adam's face was, there's food you can't use? Yeah.
Time out.
A brat.
What?
Wait, what?
Pickles?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Then the vinegar sting.
I thought they were. I thought they were all going to be phallic.
When you're going for the bud, you only use the sweet pickles.
That makes sense.
That's-
Okay. Yeah.
The best part about it is you take the little flat pickles and you throw it up against their ass and make sure they stick. Means it's a good pickle.
Jimmy Klein.
Yeah.
This one should be easy.
No pressure.
No
Yeah,
pressure.
Exactly.
By the way, so the score is Mr. Wilson's 3.
Uh-huh.
Adam also has 3.
Uh-huh. I have to.
Let's not look stupid. Okay?
Yeah, right?
All right, Jimmy Klein, name 3 blue things.
The carpet behind you, balloons and cars.
I mean, there you go.
All right. Your jacket, I would have also accepted
sure.
your
Yeah.
jacket.
It's all tied up again.
It's all tied up. But still, Mr. Wilson's in the
round.
lead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine playing this super fucked up? This would be a shit show.
It would be funny.
It's almost like hosting a podcast. Super fucked up. What?
Mr. Wilson, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Name 3 places you can lick yourself.
Your elbow, your knee, your ankle, your bicep.
I'm going to have to go to the judges on this one because you can't
Ooh.
lick your elbow.
He did cover bicep,
people-
but did he
some
get
people can
bicep
lick
in?
their
That was my question. I'm
Did
gonna
he
go
get
to
it in
you
in
two guys.
time?
Do you guys? What do
Jimmy?
you think?
I've seen people lick their elbow before.
Lick your elbow and I'll take it.
Ooh.
You're going to take his elbow?
Yeah.
Where, Tach? Where are you taking it? Come on, do it.
Okay, so I got to go to the judges on this one, which is going
Did
to
he
be
get-
Adam and Jimmy.
Did he get bicep in time, Jimmy?
I still heard noise, but so I would say yeah. I still heard balls flying.
Yeah, I'll be fair. I'd give it to him too.
Yes.
I don't think his balls had dropped yet.
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Wilson's at 4, and Adam, you're at 3.
Thanks. I care about you, Jimmy, but I can't ask.
Yeah.
Adam, name 3 scents that are turn-ons.
I'm gonna take a loss on that one.
Oh,
I mean, it's too late now. I can't. You may just keep answering. I mean,
No,
I don't.
just-
Yeah, I took it at the beginning, so it threw my brain off as in coins.
Sorry.
So I immediately registered
1, 5,
money. Yeah, I'm like,
25.
okay, all right, I'm ready for this math question. Since aromas, oh fuck, it took me for a whole loop. I'm thinking gardenia. I couldn't think of anything. Nothing.
Gotcha.
Good, you fooled me.
Moving on.
Yes.
Jimmy Klein.
Yeah.
We are at 4 points, Mr. Wilson. 3 points with Adam. You know what to do.
Yeah.
You're also at 3.
Yeah.
Jimmy, name 3 things you shouldn't do over Skype or FaceTime.
Get naked, flip people the middle finger, and curse.
Have you ever done? Do you even FaceTime, bro?
All of those in the same
No.
FaceTime.
By the time that came around, I was already married.
But you still have a wife you can like FaceTime with or
From
Skype.
work? Like, that's all I
Sure.
ever
No,
go,
from the toilet. I mean, that's
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, I always talk
Hey,
to Tach
babe.
on the toilet. So.
Does this look healthy?
Yeah, that's with me. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, a butt dial tack. Sorry, dude.
Mr. Wilson, you're tied up with Jimmy.
For all the marbles.
This is for all the marbles and for all the balls.
For
Are
all
you
the
ready?
balls.
Balls.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Name 3 actresses. Those are females that do acting, so we don't get confusion anymore. You think... Oh, great. This is going to be something you think.
Well, you've given him enough time, Tack. Come on.
I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah, but he's now registered actresses in his own opinion matters.
Did you get more time from that?
Uh-huh.
Actresses you think are good in bed.
What? That would.
This is dumb.
Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Watson, Cameron Diaz.
All right, he wins again.
You could have named
Oh.
any 3 actresses. That would.
I would have thrown in Betty White.
John Belushi.
Yeah, I win.
Well, congratulations, Mr.
Nice.
Wilson wins.
What does he win, Tach?
Celebrate my name.
He wins a new stereo for his car
Hey.
that he has to install himself.
He wins Tack licking his elbow. That's what he
Ooh,
wins.
Yeah, there you go.
Come here,
Do
big boy.
it, buddy.
I can't.
I'll get a picture of it.
I think we should have Tach boil tampons and try to drink it.
Ooh.
No.
Because Wilson
Oh,
was
no.
talking about
I'm a grown up.
about YouTube ideas.
That's true. That's a very
Just
good
saying.
point. You guys don't. You're missing the point here. Smoke and mirrors. We could do this on air and make it a bit, and you could just like not drink it and just like pretend.
What's the fun in that? I mean, I'm not going to do it, but.
I mean, if you really want to drink it, we can do it. But
Excuse me. Are we still on?
I mean, for what, our date later? Yeah, buddy. We're on. We're really on.
I don't know. I'd be too scared to do it. All right. So, congratulations, Mr. Wilson.
Nice,
Heck yeah.
Josh.
That's a redemption from last week.
Yeah, fuck
So
yeah.
congratulations. And we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we got some news coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. I got some good ones this week.
Oh, and I think do we have another field flasher, or is that something
We
you're
do.
gonna tease us? Oh, I love
That's
field
so
flashers.
exciting, but listen. Yeah, the true Phonic.
I like it.
Oh.
I'm digging it.
All right. We'll be back.
While it's a crying shame, I'm still loving you. Ain't that the truth? And one of these days I'm gonna have to choose. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm still loving you. Oh, well, it's a crying shame I'm even crying at all. Though tears may fall, I still have my alcohol. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm even crying at all. Seems I've loved and lost another for the 10,000th time. I'm angry and confused, but I was a fool to forget that I'll always be alone. Just a shameful
Tach, way to go, buddy. No trivia this week. I'm just so proud of you. All right. Here's one for you. Okay, Tach, you've got 5 seconds on the clock. Name 3 things you've done with girls in the bedroom in the last 60 days. Well, I feel like a dick now. Sorry, bud.
Well, it's a crime and shame. I seem to be up past 2.
And welcome back. And, I got to say, that was probably like the best game time ever. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
I would
that.
agree. Best game time ever. You milked for that now twice, 2 shows in a row.
Did I?
Yeah. Last week you did it great. Best game time ever. All right, thank you. Oh, you guys suck.
We enjoy your game time, dude.
Well, I'm
It's a
just
lot of
waiting
fun.
for maybe when it wouldn't kill you to say it once in a while. Just saying. But
Self-validation he needs. It's all right. We love you, Tach. Tach.
no, we're not doing this.
Tach. Jimmy, has Tach ever told you that he loves you?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When?
When you lived in Jacksonville.
I've never been jealous until right now.
When the hell did I say that?
In your apartment. That sounds really bad, but yeah.
Right after we fucked.
Exactly, yeah.
Tach, seriously, on a serious note, buddy.
Okay.
The holidays have passed.
Stop.
We've got,
You make me uncomfortable.
you're a part of my family. I really consider you that.
I as well.
I want you, there when, I marry Andrea and.
No, you don't. You specifically did
not on the
invite
boat.
us.
Not on the boat. Well, there's only 12 people that can go.
There's 12 people going?
My kids, my parents, her parents, and our guy that's marrying us. So yeah, that's kind of about
Who's
it.
the guy that's married?
am I not going?
Jason Crace.
So that's 2 podcast people that hasn't invited you to their wedding.
I know.
What are you doing, Josh? But Tach, I really seriously, this is in all seriousness. I love you, man.
Okay. Yeah, right.
I
Thanks.
do.
No, yeah, me too. Yeah.
You too. What? You love yourself
You love
too?
yourself? That's awesome. It's a good trait to have.
So this is
Come on, bud. Just one time. Just once.
You want me to save you?
yes.
So my dad brought me some ramen back from Japan.
Yeah.
And so this label was all black and all the writing was in red. And all of it was, of course, in Japanese, except for 2 very, very large words, which just said Max End.
What?
Max End. Yep.
MAXEND?
Yep.
Sounds like a video game from the 90s.
Max End. So I was actually going to have that for dinner before I came into the studio tonight, and I had to throw it away.
Why?
It was so fucking hot.
Spicy? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
That I could not eat. It was so hot that I gave it a second chance. I poured milk into my ramen,
Wow.
and it still was not enough.
Dude, I would love that.
It was
like habanero hot or?
I can't even describe. I've never had anything so hot in my life.
Damn.
It was the hottest.
Are
thing.
you into things that are hot? Like
Absolutely.
food?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'll go, when I go to Thai places, I'm just like, Thai hot. And they're like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, no. Thai
Like,
hot.
what's
I'll
an
send it
example
back.
of something that you...
American Thai hot or you want the real Thai hot?
Yeah.
Like, what's an example of something that somebody like me would think is hot and you wouldn't?
I regularly use powdered habanero as a seasoning.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Question. So is there an ending to this Max End thing? Because to me, this seems like a bad translation for big ass.
No.
Burnt ass.
I was just trying to save you, man.
And I appreciate that. Thanks for bringing it back up. So you got some news for us here, Mr. Wilson?
You guys ready for some news?
I am definitely ready and I love
Heck
Tach.
yeah.
All right, I love you, Tach.
Now it's time for the news flash with Mr. Wilson.
Welcome to the News Flash.
All right.
Hey.
And I'm Mr. Wilson.
Oh yeah, the bit is we can't interrupt.
No, yeah. You gotta wait till he gets through the story.
No, it's good. We had some formatting problems. I think is that the best way I can put it?
That's nice. That's delicate.
That was delicate. Tach wouldn't stop.
Yeah, there was a night I wouldn't stop interrupting him. It was bad.
To be funny or were you
No,
just like that?
oblivious.
I was just like, oh yeah, and then it was like,
And I met this one chick this one time.
and then
I think I know which episode you're talking about.
Yeah, I got to the point where I would start. I'm like, shit, sorry. last time.
Yeah, I remember
It was
listening to that
good.
episode. I know which episode you're talking about.
It was good. It's just, I want you to know that I'm sorry that I made you feel so bad.
I think it's great. Did you tell?
I'm sorry.
Do you know if Jimmy knows about your bit? So, Jimmy, inside the news flash intro, there's
Right.
a secret hidden message. No
Interesting,
listener
okay.
has sent us what it is yet, but
Okay.
it's there. We're not going to tell you what it is or where it is,
Okay.
but there's a secret message
In every newsflash?
just in the intro, just that sound clip you just heard.
Oh, okay.
In
Okay. I see what
that,
you're saying.
there's a
Okay.
hidden message in there. It's really obvious, but it's not obvious enough for people to pick up on.
Wow, interesting.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
there's a prize. If somebody gets it, there's a prize.
So it's like cicada. I told them last time, oh, it's like cicada. Right?
I don't understand.
God damn it. What the
Yes.
You guys need to Google shit. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to start off on kind of a light note this week. So did you guys hear about the French adventurer? Did you guys hear about this week?
Oh, no, I did
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So this he's a 71-year-old Frenchman who has decided to travel to the Caribbean. But what makes this so significant and so interesting to see where this goes is that it's going to be a 3-month voyage because he's traveling. I'm going to pull a picture up for you guys in this gigantic orange barrel. It has no motor. It has nothing. He expects to spend 2.5 to 3 months in this tiny, basically it's the size of a queen size bed.
It almost looks like a lifeboat.
Yeah,
from a ship,
kind of,
yeah.
yeah. But it has there's no way to propel itself. He has,
So he's relying on currents.
yeah, it's 100%.
Wow.
And what he's going to do with it from a research perspective, which would be just great for us to, as a species, to learn, he's going to drop these like buoys that float at different depths, and they can track ocean currents at different depths as it travels around.
He's going to have like 2 months worth of food on that thing?
He says he's going to be able to live off of what he's got. I mean,
It's a lot of ramen. See what I did there?
He's going to have a pirate boat come up. I am the captain now.
so you can see like it's it's not going to do much for the listeners, but it's like a pretty solid space. I mean, it's like if you stood on a queen size bed, that's about how much room you would have.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, he expects to make it there, and he doesn't know which island he's going to land at, but he's being tracked the whole way, so he's never going to be like truly out of contact. But yeah, he's just an old researcher who just wants to measure the ocean,
All right.
and I guess he wants to go to the Caribbean on the cheap. So
Longest cruise ever. No
Seriously,
amenities. No, you can no amenities on that boat.
all right, so for our next story, we're going to jump over to Louisiana. Get this article pulled up.
Oh no, that's West Virginia.
So this is kind of a prank gone wrong. So a Louisiana police officer, or
I thought he was turning into the Hulk there for a second. Police officer. It's like, wow.
Or that bug guy from Men in Black.
Yeah. Ron does a great imitation
He
of the guy.
does.
He was wearing an Egger suit.
oh my goodness. Okay. The Harahan Police Department posted on
Harry?
Facebook.
Sorry.
It was an attempt at some humor, but it was not picked up by everybody. So the post was, I want to find the exact post so I can quote.
Say
Okay.
hairy hand?
Harahan.
Harahan.
Harahan. The Harahan Police Department. This is what they posted. So, warning: if you have recently purchased meth in any area of Louisiana, it may be contaminated with the Zika virus. Please bring all of it to your local police department, and they will test it for free. If you're not comfortable coming to us, an officer will be glad to come to you and test your meth in the privacy of your home. Please spread the word. We're available 24/7, 365. Be safe, Officer Moody.
That's awesome.
So,
Oh no.
where it started to go awry is most people, they caught on like, yeah, you're so funny, whatever. It was just passed off as humor. But there was a couple of news stations that ran it as like a serious warning from the police departments. This has gotten so much attention that there are foreign news entities mocking these news stations. Like, obviously, it's a fucking joke.
Wow.
So, yeah, let's see. We got Lafayette.
Did anybody turn
I'm
it
not
in?
gonna- I'm not gonna.
Did any criminal bring their meth in?
So, according to the Harahan Police Department, nobody has called in to have their
Oh,
meth
damn it.
tested. So,
That would have been the
at
great
least the
angle.
meth heads didn't fall for it. I guess. I don't know.
Meth heads don't have Facebook. Come on.
They don't have time. They're too busy doing drugs.
Yeah, right?
So that was
That's awesome.
so from Louisiana a little bit. All right, so this comes from Sky News. There is a prolific streaker, as he calls himself, refuses to give up his career streaking. He has a track record of 568 events
Damn.
that he has
nice.
streaked at. He is a self-proclaimed performance artist. So much so, I want to read his favorite performance. He talked about it in his most recent time that he's been arrested. This is 25th arrest.
Wow, out of how many? 530 or something?
568. He has only been arrested 25 times.
That's a pretty good statistic.
Yeah, yeah.
Your odds are pretty good for not getting arrested going
Seriously,
streaking.
yeah.
Tach, you
apparently
want to go
not.
streak right now? Let's go do it.
No.
I love you, buddy.
So some of you guys, if you watch the Winter Olympics, you guys would have seen him in 2006. He went out onto the ice during the curling finals, during a break in the curling finals. Not while they were actually curling.
It's cold.
He went out on the ice. He was clutching a mop, had clothes pegs in ears, and a rubber chicken over his, quote, nether regions. And he went out and, like, fake swept the ice before the officials could, like, grab him and get him off the ice. And that was one of the times he got arrested.
That's funny.
But he said that he enjoys it because he goes out and he knows that he's at the center of kind of a mockery sort of thing, but he makes people laugh. That's why he does it. He's like, I'm not going to stop. Nobody's getting hurt.
It's true.
He gets away with it because he's claiming the performance artist side of it. So nudity is legal if you're performing. That's the weird part. In the U.S.
You gotta be careful nowadays.
Yeah, but it sounds like in that performance he wasn't nude. So what did he get arrested for?
Probably jumping onto the ice.
Trespassing.
Trespassing.
Something that simple. Yeah, he didn't actually say. But so yeah, he
Concealing a weapon.
so he has been streaking since 1993. He has done it. There's a picture
It must
in here.
be cold.
Hey, he has done it at a dog show. He's done it at countless soccer games. I'm trying to find. He had one other great example in here. So his children have gone on record as saying that they are now proud of him because he's just sticking with it, even though they tried to get him to stop when they were all teenagers.
Good old Pop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like that's my dad over there naked on TV at the World Cup
Again.
So yeah, I guess if you want to pick up, a law that would be easy to break.
Game
Let's take some
time.
examples from that.
Good game time reference there.
Okay. Our next story it's actually from Sky News as well. Some new research about cannabis has come out. So it is not enough to come up with any medical conclusions yet. However, what they're finding is that cannabis alters the genetic profile of sperm.
What?
Yep. So when the male is a regular smoker, when that sperm is created, it alters the sperm's regulatory functions, and they don't know what the farther reaching effects are going to be on the kids and stuff like that, but they're finding that there are differences genetically in sperm, but not what they're looking at right now is they don't see a connection going forward as far as the chromosomes that are passed on to create that child.
Huh. Interesting.
So we knew only that it had an effect on sperm count, but now we're finding
The genetic makeup is different.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Weird.
Wow.
So
stay clean a month before you get
So I'm saying, yeah, and
get
that's
your kid.
I want to quote the doctor at the end because I think it was really great. We don't know whether they're going to be permanent. I would say, as a precaution, stop using cannabis for at least 6 months before trying to conceive. So until we kind of learn more about that, now that we know that it is altering the DNA of sperm, that is kind of something to take into consideration when trying to have a kid.
Or the
Interesting.
kids are just way cooler. I mean, there is that possibility.
Just appreciates, certain music a little bit more.
Smoke weed every day.
So this next story comes to us from Missouri. So
That's the name of, sorry to interrupt, that's the name of the song from Jake Salter and the guys from True Phonic, Missouri.
nice, you're right. So this is this has to do with a convicted felon, David Berry Jr. from Missouri. So he was put in prison for poaching hundreds. I don't know the exact number, but killing hundreds of deer, of trophy deer, and only taking their heads and just leaving the bodies out in the woods.
It's a classic serial killer mentality with the product killer.
Yeah, so it's they're all trophy bucks, and this is all poaching. This is the problem: is that he's poaching. He's doing it without a license, where he's not supposed to, etc. So, but what really makes this story just so amazing is what the judge has given him. He,
creative judge?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
He was caught?
he's caught.
Okay,
He's definitely been charged. He's in prison for a year. He's got a one year sentence, but he has to watch Bambi.
How many times?
Once a month. Once a month.
That's it?
He has to watch Bambi.
How did
That's
he
awesome.
prove he did that?
Exactly.
though?
That's what I was thinking in my head.
That he watched Bambi?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, if he's in
another
prison
set
right
of
now,
humans control his life.
I
He's
guess in prison. Yeah. Oh, so only during his time in prison.
Yeah. While he's in prison, he has to watch Bambi as part of his sentence.
That's badass.
That's all that's going to want to do is make him go out and shoot more deer.
Yeah, we'll say they're fucking annoying sometimes, but yeah, we won't get into all that.
My only issue with that story, creative judges are fine at whatever. That's kind of a funny sentence to give him. The 1 year is really the punishment. But on that story, my issue is with all that wasted venison, all that deer meat. That's the problem. I mean, I understand that's what poaching and the whole law against it is. I get it. But only kill what you're going to consume unless it's for game purposes or something. But man, that's a lot of venison then. That sucks, dude.
Hundreds.
That sucks.
They also, from this went in and they found several of his family members. It was a whole family. I want to call it a family operation, like it was some crime ring. They were, killing them, taking the heads, cleaning them, and selling them. So it's that in itself is a very common trophy. But yeah, so they brought in several people from the family. They've all got to watch Bambi, and they had to pay $51,000 in court fees for everything.
Why would you buy a deer head? You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of cheating? Like, if I came into your house and saw one on the wall, I would assume you shot it. So, why would you want to buy one?
I'm sorry. I'm going to immediately judge you in Florida, especially if you've got a deer head on your wall. I'm not PETA kind of fanatic or anything like that, but I think to me, taxidermy is to me a judgmental thing. I'm going to judge you.
But I mean, isn't it kind of an unspoken assumption that
I see
you
your
probably
point,
shot
yeah,
it
I
if
see
it's
your
on your
point.
wall? Like,
that's why people buy it, so that if you came into my house, you would assume that I shot the trophy.
I
buck.
would. Yeah, that's true.
But then you'd ask, how does that come? I didn't. I paid for that.
It's like, aren't you anti-gun? Like, why do you have a deer anywhere?
See, you could take this to another level. What if guys had what are those plaster cast molds of all the vagina that they've slayed in their life up on their wall?
Yeah.
That would be more impressive to me than some fucking deer head you bought off eBay.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
why didn't I do that?
Maybe a small wall tag.
Oh yeah,
just call them up. I'm sure it'll be fine. Be like,
that's
"Hey,
true. Yeah,
it's a long story. I just need to take a
Yeah.
plaster mold.
yeah, be
Could
real
you
quick,
just come
like
over
20, 30 minutes.
and not move in this chair. Don't worry about it.
Way easier for girls to do a cast mold of their genitalia than it is for guys.
Have we had this conversation before?
This was on our podcast before. Getting your dick hard and keeping it hard the whole time.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
I remember that. That was after I joined the show. I
Was it
think.
after? Okay, we must have revisited it then.
I think
Maybe I was there for that. Either way,
You were there for when Tach cast his dick in a mold?
yeah, it was
And
impressive.
I gave it to me.
I did give it to Jimmy. I haven't never.
You
seen
guys
it
have a
again.
really bizarre close friendship. That's super strange. You
told
told
me-
him so not only sorry, I'm getting excited now. Not only have
Mr.
you I
Wilson's
apologize. Not only have you told him you love him, but you've given him a cast mold of your phallus.
For the record,
What the fuck, man?
I don't remember telling you. Sorry, Jimmy. I don't know.
That's okay.
I'm so jealous now. It's not even funny.
Not that I'm not
calls it
saying
a
I don't
phallus?
feel it, Jimmy. I'm just saying I don't remember ever saying it.
I mean, but I will say, I'm not kidding when I say that. You really did say that.
Do you have it still?
Why did I say it?
Well, you want me to say it? Your wife had just died.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
that's
were
pretty
emotional,
deep.
yeah.
Oh.
So
See, I
me to
wasn't in
leave
the
that
right
in, or-
state of mind. I wasn't in the right state
temporary
of mind.
insanity.
No, it's not that I don't. It's not okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson.
You're good.
They started me on this. Okay, so I have like a thing where I get. I'm
I know, you got a
uncomfortable
cast of it.
saying, yeah, I'm uncomfortable saying. Doesn't mean I don't feel it for you guys. I do. I just have to. I even have trouble sometimes saying it to my own children. Okay.
Rana told me.
Okay.
No, I'm teasing.
I still say it to my kids daily, but sometimes it comes out as "love you" instead of "I love you."
I'll take I love you.
Did your
I'll take one of those.
Did your parents say it to you a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Well, my mom.
Well, there you go.
Not my dad. My dad, I think, has the same issue. So
just give me
I have daddy issues.
Give me a love you.
Break the cycle, Tach.
I've been trying to with my kids. I do it all the time with my son.
I have an idea. What if I look away? All right.
Because my son has taken it on too. He has a problem saying it as well. And so he'll say things like, "I like you," or "Yeah," or "Thanks." You know?
Cool.
Thanks.
So you have a problem with just saying the word love. Just say the word, not to anyone. Just say love.
You want me to?
You just love.
You're gonna edit it together.
I'm not doing. What do you talk?
Tach.
Love.
What is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Well, here's a question. Like when you're dating a girl, like do you have trouble saying it to her? If you feel it.
Is this
Obviously, if you
before or
feel it.
after sex?
I actually,
Yeah.
I don't.
So it's
that
really
weird?
just males.
You think?
You're so.
Well, do you say it to your girls?
I feel like we're having a breakthrough.
Just the same way as I do with like my son. or
So
anything
it's
like-
same thing.
Yeah.
So it's homophobia.
Even with my sisters, anything like it's all the same. It's awkward,
okay,
but I still say it. Like, get on the phone. Okay, love you. Bye.
This coming from the guy who oil checked me last week in studio.
That's different.
Oil checked you?
What?
Oh.
Finger up the
Oh,
butt.
I did a
He went
thumb
bowling
like
with
in
Adam's
the crack.
asshole.
Well, it's like that thing they do in Japan where they put their fingers together and they shove it up your asshole. No, you guys haven't seen that?
That's where
They have a name for it. I can't remember what it's called.
That's where your hot sauce came from. For your.
Is that why you keep going to Japan?
All right,
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
distracted from.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Love you, Tach.
So I got a couple more for tonight.
Okay.
A couple more. So we've all heard of Starbucks.
Sure.
Okay.
Indeed.
So yeah, I've got the coffee chain. Yeah. So they have free Wi-Fi in all of the Starbucks locations, but they recently, on their free Wi-Fi, implemented a rule where they blocked pornography.
Boo.
At Starbucks?
At Starbucks, yeah.
Okay.
On their free Wi-Fi, they blocked, and that's fine. Starbucks choice. I mean, I get it. I don't really. It kind of makes me wonder what kind of impact that might have had on their business, anyways. Like, who goes to Starbucks, watches porn, and drinks coffee?
VPN will get you around that.
That's true.
Maybe. So, what it actually comes from is, or what the story is from YouPorn.
So they blocked you porn.
No. They blocked all adult content. They just put a blanket porn filter. No big
Okay.
deal. So YouPorn responded. They basically said in an internal memo, which was air quotes leaked, that they no longer support Dunkin', or they no longer support Starbucks, and they will be buying Dunkin' Donuts because their
Nice.
Wi-Fi doesn't block access to their website.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice.
So just kind of, Starbucks made a choice that's within their realm, and then they just brought a whole bunch of business to Dunkin' by doing it. So it's just YouPorn just sticking it to the man.
Interesting.
Nice.
Dunkin' does have some pretty good flavored donuts. Just saying.
They
I'm
do.
not a coffee fan.
So, you guys ready for this week's Florida Man?
Oh,
Of course.
Yeah. So we got our field flasher, Stephanie.
I love having field flashers, man. This is awesome.
So let's see where she's at this week.
This is your favorite friendly field flasher stuff, checking in on our weekly Florida Man sighting here in Stewart. This week's sighting includes 2 homeless men and a bottle of vodka. Tach, that's just like what you like, right? Anyways, 2 homeless guys are hanging out in their van this week, and one guy says, "Hey man, you got any booze?" And he's like, "I got some vodka." And he pulls out his vodka, and he goes to hand it to the guy and says, "Have some. We're friends. Have some vodka. It's chilly." So the guy proceeds to chug the half pint of vodka. And the other guy says, "Man, what the fuck? That's my vodka. We're supposed to share. Sharing's caring." The other guy's like, "Fuck you, man." And he beats him. And they start fighting. And so Chugger, we're going to call him Chugger. Chugger decides to bite the other guy's ear. Bites it like it's a fucking Mike Tyson fight or some shit up in here. Somebody sees it. They call the cops. And the cops go to arrest the man who started the fight. And he says, I cut myself shaving. That's where all this blood came from. Like, that's some pretty deep cuts. Let's talk about that. But, so he says, "No, I cut myself shaving." And the cops are like, "No, you didn't. You beat this man, obviously. There's a bottle of vodka covered in blood. Like, we know what happened." So He decides to spit on the deputies and then attempts to make himself throw up on the deputies before he is eventually arrested and charged with battery with great bodily harm and battery on a law enforcement officer. I think there's probably nothing worse than having somebody throw up on you. Maybe take a shit on you. But having somebody throw up on you and purposely, I would be pretty pissed. Anyways, that's all for me this week, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks.
So,
Should have done that, Tach.
Sorry.
man,
Was
That
that
is-
Dominic Freebird again?
This fucking Dominic Freebird. Wait, no, what was his name?
Free Love?
Death Love? Free Love?
Breedlove?
Breedlove, that's it.
Breedlove.
Yeah, Breedlove.
Dominic Breedlove. Man, what an iconic Florida man thing to do, though. Let's get fucked up on cheap handle vodka, beat the fuck out of each other, and then puke on an officer.
I see. Stephanie painted a pretty good picture in this call too, because she described where they were inside the van. So there's two homeless guys, but one of them has a van. Ours sitting there chugging. My question is, did the guy who get his ear bit off? Was he like going to let his friend get out of it? Like, nah, he didn't bite me. My ear just fell off on its
Snitches
own.
get stitches, bitch.
Yeah,
You
because
know
the
that.
cops are questioning the guy that bit. And he's like, no, I cut myself.
Good point.
Wonder if
Maybe
guy,
the other dude was
victim-
just unconscious and out.
Well, he chugged the vodka, so you know what? That's a good point. Maybe he was unavailable for questioning.
I wonder what kind of person I would be after I drank half a pint of vodka and got my ass beat.
Sounds like a YouTube video.
Let's do that. I'll drink the tampon and you do that.
Perfect.
Boom.
Half pint of vodka.
You got to buy his ear.
It's the worst that could happen.
Adam.
I'll bite his ear. I've been his ear before. Man Love Thursdays in Iraq are a real thing, Tach.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I think Adam should drink the tampon because you're part of Attack Films. You know, we're going to be filming it. Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're chugging.
God, what would be
You're
worse?
chugging tampons and you're chugging vodka.
Half a pint of vodka or tampon juice. Clean tampon, but tampon juice.
I think a half pint of vodka would be worse.
I think it would be worse
In that
too.
scenario.
I think you're probably.
Well, we could do the
Probably
tampon
right.
thing and feed it to Tex Rice. See.
You got it later. You got to give us an update on that rice, buddy.
Fucking rice, man.
All right, so that was the news flash, guys.
Fucking great,
Nice.
best news flash
Best
ever.
flashes ever.
See, that's how you.
That's how you get it
That's how you
done.
did. Tach's gonna fucking shoot me one day, isn't he?
Why?
Fuck you! I don't love you, and you've never complimented my damn segment. No, just kidding, buddy.
You guys want to take
You
5?
haven't.
I have. I've always
Okay,
complimented
all
your
right.
segment.
Yeah, let's take 5. Let's take 5.
That's great. Hey, more flashers. If we've got anybody else out there who wants to submit a field flasher, just get a hold of Mr. Wilson. Reach out to him on Facebook. Probably be the best, I assume.
Yeah,
Get a hold
Facebook's
of you.
easiest. Do a page. Do our
John-
page.
Yeah, go through the Living Podcariously page and reach out to Mr. Wilson, and you can provide your own field flasher. And during your field flash, if you want to plug your fucking business or whatever you want to plug, go for it. The more cooperation we get, the more free airtime you guys get. So hook up with Mr. Wilson on the Living Podcariously Facebook page. All right, I think we're gonna get a visit from Miss Andrea Joy in the next segment.
Yay.
Nice.
Nice.
So we get our diary out of the way. All right, guys, take a break. Good segment, Josh. I mean, Mr. Wilson. All right, see you guys in a little bit.
I mean, how hard is it for you guys to not interrupt the news flash? Jesus fucking Christ. Mr. Wilson, I feel your pain, man. Though it is funny to listen to Tach apologizing for it now. I mean, he still interrupts, but at least you have him trained to make amends, you know? Guys, just let the man do his segment.
Oh, this road we're on, yeah, it seems so far, but who knows where it goes? And now it's plain to see that we're the enemy in our own home. Is it our freedom that they want? Have we found out way too much? How long can they keep watching us? Either way, our time is up. Say what you can say before they take it away. Breathe. When I believe what I see. No, you're not the only one. Say what you can say before they take it away.
Here's an idea for a Florida man field flasher. This just in, a Florida man voiceover actor beats to death a group of podcasters for using stupid bullshit words like mouth hug and field flasher. Now for your weather on the 8s.
Open up your eyes, never compromise. Don't let it be. And always there a way not to be afraid. I guess we'll see. When nothing's left to fill our cup, maybe then we've had enough. How long can they keep watching us? Either way, our time is up. Oh, say what you can say before they take it away. Breathe. When I believe what I see. No, you're not the only one. Say what you can say before they take it away.
Peering into the inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women submit questions to get brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Guyry. Guyry? Really?
Hey, Tach, is that the best name we could come up with?
Yeah, just go with it.
Aw, I think it's adorable.
Can we man up the music a little bit or something?
I got you, buddy.
Ring, 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 ring.
Banana phone.
Hello?
Hi, it's Andrea Joy from the land of milk, spit up, and diapers.
Oh, hey, we're not joyless.
We have been joyless this entire episode.
I'm sure.
So what you been up to?
Milk, spit up, and diapers.
It's pretty self-explanatory there, Josh.
Don't you listen? Why don't men listen?
Is that question number one? Wait a minute.
No, you guys aren't going to get away with not having a Guyry just because I'm not there.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, so our first question comes from April in Florida. What do you feel the role of a woman should be in today's society?
You guys know me on this one. I'm not going to answer. I'm just gonna let you guys take.
Yeah,
this
we want
one.
to keep listeners, so somebody else.
To be in charge of everything.
No, you don't win the Guyry.
Oh. I don't. I think in a perfect world, there wouldn't be something that women should be in charge of anymore.
I like this. I like where he's going with this. I agree with you. And the women shouldn't be in charge of anything, Josh. I agree with you.
Any more than men should be in charge of anything.
Okay. This is all about redemption for you in this episode. Good for you.
I just want to get my shit together. I got worked last week.
This is a new year, new you. New year, new you. Jimmy?
I kind of agree with Mr. Wilson. I don't see why there should be gender involved at all. Like, why does gender matter as far as workplace goes?
Yeah, I'm kind of like all in the same boat too. You know, I think we all should earn what we work for. So,
except in the kitchen, right, Adam?
Give me a sandwich, Andrea. What was the question specifically regarding the workplace, or was it just in general society?
In general.
So in general, you guys know me. I'm more of a traditionalist here. I like the separation, not to say it's right or wrong. It's just my preference. So I like a little bit of a separation of roles and responsibilities in a family unit. Not to say any one is better or worse than the other. But in the case of physical differences, women have absolute responsibilities when it comes to certain things with childbearing that guys can't do. You just literally cannot do. I don't care how equality driven you are to make things equal. You can't do certain things. You can't deliver. You can't nurse. I mean, there is some potential for nursing. What, Tach, you have your hand up. What?
Yeah, well, I don't want to interrupt anymore. So that's my new year, new me.
We're already
so.
almost through the show here. You should have thought about that a few segments ago. No, go ahead.
But well, okay, I got you. You're talking about childbearing things, but what if you don't have kids? What if it's just you and a couple? You know, not you and a couple. That's weird.
Hey.
Like you and a girl
Polyamory.
together in a world. Like maybe when you can't have kids, or maybe you already did and they're grown. Doesn't matter.
Would you say you and me and you? Happy together.
No, but like, so what's the woman's role there? Like they don't have any kids to take care of. So now what?
Well, are you asking me in my opinion or in society's
opinion. In your little story? You were telling,
I appreciate the separation of roles. Like it sounds so misogynistic, so I apologize for our listeners that get offended. But hey, it's my opinion. I like having the separation of roles and responsibilities in a marriage that are similar to the roles that are stereotypically driven for women and for men. So going out and cutting the grass, I'm sorry, I think that's a guy's job. I'm gonna go out and do that. That's just me. Killing some bugs, that's me. Opening jars that are stuck, that's me. And then all the other stuff is her. I mean, that's just not as far, not as exaggerated as I thought. But you know, I appreciate a woman who enjoys preparing meals. I really do. I think that's an awesome trait for her to have. Again, in your situation, it could be completely different, and I don't think that you are wrong or you are right for any of the choices that you make. But I appreciate the difference in the roles.
No, I respect your opinion. No, I'm not saying it's wrong either. I'm just
let's go back to the 50s. When are they coming back?
I don't think they are.
No, I don't think they are either. I know that doesn't make me very politically appreciated by some people, but
just you giving opinion is pissing off a lot of people.
Yeah, I know it is, and I'm sorry for that. I don't intend to piss you off. It's just that's my
not
opinion.
Your opinion pisses people. Just you saying your opinion.
Just me in general pisses people.
Not you specifically. A white male giving an opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Doesn't matter what it is.
I totally get it. I do.
All right. The next two are from Jennifer in Florida. The first one is, how long does it take to get an erection?
Wait. Now.
There it is.
7 seconds.
I don't know. I've never timed. Have you guys ever timed it?
Well, it depends on the situation.
Yeah, it totally depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if she's not all that, I'm like, all right, give me a minute. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Because there's times where that she has to kind of work on it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
dude.
other times, like, it's ready before.
That's whiskey dick for you. That's what that is. That's when you've had a little bit too much to drink and the things just aren't happening.
That's the next question. What does whiskey dick feel like?
Oh.
Well, it's kind of mushy and it's kind of. Oh, wait, that's not what you're talking
like
about.
wet noodles?
Have you ever sat on your hand for like 10 minutes and then, or like when you're sleeping and you cut off circulation and it's like, what the fuck is going on? I can't use this appendage. That's what whiskey dick feels
and
like.
And then you jerk off and that's the stranger.
That's the stranger. Yeah. Yeah. No. So the time for getting erections is different per guy and per situation. There's no, I think the fastest maybe that I would ever have gotten an erection, maybe, I don't know, 20 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never timed it. I can't imagine anybody ever has.
Yeah.
But
My mind's distracted when I'm getting that erection. So.
Yeah. You're not thinking about
I think when you're in middle school, that shit happens in like 5.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
But not for the same reason. Well, maybe for the same reasons, but yeah, it's different.
Wait a second. Why does yours get hard? Like
when you go to a middle school?
When you're in a middle school.
I love where you're going.
You never went through that phase where like all of a sudden you got an erection for no reason at all, like sitting in math class?
No, this is a joke. Saying you said when you're in a middle school.
When Jimmy goes to a middle school, he gets an erection
and
like
it only
that.
takes him 5 seconds.
Because the teachers, duh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, whiskey dick, Andrea, is...
That's awesome.
Whiskey dick is just...
it's weird.
It's an unperforming member. It just does not want to respond to your mental cues that it should be responding to. It's embarrassing for guys too, man. That sucks when you can't.
So it's erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, basically it's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's alcohol derived erectile dysfunction. Yes.
No.
Dysfunction. I said dysfunction.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Number 4 comes from Tiffany in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Why are men such babies when they get a simple illness like a cold?
That is a relative thing because I am totally not that guy. I think it's fucking dumb. I'm just like, I just got a cold. I'm fine. Just, I'm going to take a nap and I'm good. I don't need anybody to be catering to me. Maybe that's just me being single for so long.
There it is. There it is.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of silly, but when I don't feel good, I like being taken care of.
Yeah,
makes
So
sense.
I don't think it's being for me. I don't think it's. I guess I am being a baby about it, but it's because I want to be taken care of. I'm just like, this fucking sucks.
I'm going to redeem my fan base a little bit for going anti-misogyny here. Women have a far higher tolerance for, in my opinion, for pain and for stress and for situations that would normally, put a guy down. I mean, the just in general, in my opinion, they have a higher tolerance for those
because we
things.
don't get a choice.
Well, all right. I mean, yeah,
You're
right.
not allowed to be sick and be out of commission. It just doesn't happen.
As a mom or as a woman?
As well, sometimes as a woman, because you have to take care of a man.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's relative.
You hear that? I agree. Yes, keep going. Oh, yeah. I was trying to throw one your way, baby, for tolerance, because I think women are way tougher than guys are. I do when in situations like that. And by the way, if you are sick, you don't have to prove to the rest of the world that you can handle being sick and accomplishing your goals, because all you're doing is taking that sickness and bringing it to work or bringing it to the grocery store or bringing it wherever the fuck you were normally supposed to go during that time when you're sick. So if you're sick, stay the fuck home. I don't want you cold. I got a baby at home. I don't want to catch that shit. So that goes for guys and girls. The same. What do you think, Jimmy?
With me personally, it seems like if I ignore it, I feel better. If I give in and I act like a baby, I feel worse. So, me personally, I tend to try to ignore it. I tend to just go about my daily activity.
And you feel better if you go to work, too.
I think so, yeah.
To be honest with you.
I like being coddled, though. I think Josh is right.
Well,
Andrea,
I think some women like to take care of guys as well.
being caretaker, sure.
So I think as a guy, if you're married or with a girl that likes to take care of you and likes those opportunities when you're sick, I think it might kind of foster you acting like a baby when you're sick.
There you go.
That makes perfect sense. That describes my wife for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that everybody?
Well,
Yeah, that's everybody. Oh, no. Hey, Jorge, what do you think? Well, you'll see. Yeah, we're good.
All right, number 5 comes from Julie in Texas. Do you want or expect directions while you're giving oral sex? And do you get frustrated if someone takes a long time to orgasm?
Interesting.
Yes and no. Okay, next question. No.
Say,
I want directions when I'm giving oral sex because I want to please my partner. All right.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing it right, if I'm not, painting the picture as it needs to be painted, then yes, tell me what I need to do better or worse to get you where you need to be.
I would say if it takes a long time, it's because you're not giving directions.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good call.
I prefer to not get any direction because I want her to go to work and complain to her friends about me.
spread the word of Tach a little
Yes,
bit.
that way when she dumps me, I can't hook up with her friends either. So that's my goal.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I want to know. Tell me what I can do better.
But seriously, I do want to know. Yeah, give direction. Sorry, I interrupted you again. That's the first time this episode.
Oh, man.
Stop.
Oh my goodness. No, it's fine. I got my whole thought out. It was good. You didn't interrupt me.
Okay.
And none of us get frustrated when it takes too long.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
uh-uh.
We're down there for a purpose. And we like to see things through to the end.
You know what's kind of frustrating, honestly, is it's kind of sensitive. Can you stop? That shit gets frustrating.
I'm having fun. Let me just go to
seriously,
town.
yeah. So it's really the opposite that gets frustrating. In my opinion.
Or my legs are
Sounds
shaking. That's I don't like that. I thought that was a good thing.
Stay away from the clit. That's my
The
favorite
mattress
part.
is soaked. Can you stop? It's
That's
like,
the come button. Let me just go there. Glitter. Suddenly glitter.
Glitter
Okay.
cum button. It's brought up again.
Wait, I want to hear someone do a role playing to do a.
Oh.
I want to hear. A role
All right,
play.
this is easy because our guys that are in here that run Attack Films, Jimmy and Tach.
What are we doing? What are
you
we
guys
role-playing?
Jimmy, you're going to be the guy. Tach, you're going to be the girl. You're going down on Tach.
so it's like normal.
And Tach, you need to give him directions and then tell him when he's going too far.
Okay.
Is that Stop it. Stop. Stop. You're going too fast. Slow down. Okay, my legs are shaking. Stop. That you think that's good, it's not good. These are things I've heard in bed.
There you go.
In And scene. There we go. Good job, boys.
I was just kidding about things I've heard in bed.
I thought you were going to say about stopping.
That,
Hey, Andrea, ironically, during that little skit bit that these guys just did in studio, we also timed Tach because he has an erection now, and it took him 12 seconds to get there.
I'm just wondering if we've had phone sex now.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
So you've had phone sex with four
wait a
guys at
minute.
the same time.
Andrea, I misunderstood that. Did you want to be the girl and you want somebody in here to be the guy? And you wanted to give instructions?
No, I figured I was having phone sex just by listening to that.
Did you finish?
I say I would pay $4.99 a minute for that.
Are you wearing anything special right now? What are you wearing?
Khakis.
Oh, God, khakis. Nice. She sounds hideous. Is that the commercial? Oh.
All right.
All right, number 6 comes from Rebecca in Florida. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done to get a crush's attention?
Ooh, a crush. This is third grade?
So I'm gonna need a second.
Yeah, give us a second,
Crush's
babe.
attention?
Wow.
Ooh, I got one.
What's
All right,
that?
go.
It was actually the first date with my wife, with Margaret.
No.
Yeah. It was the day that we met. We went out that night, and we went out to Milliken's Reef up at the port before it closed. And I got so fucked up. Not only did I black out.
Did we see Jason that night?
Yeah, Jason definitely came out.
Okay, that's Josh's alter ego's name, Jason.
This is a first date?
Oh, yeah, first date.
And you were fucked up?
Before she got there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You did not want a second date.
Let's keep it classy, San Diego.
So my winning move to get her attention, to show her that I was not uncomfortable dancing, I guess, was to go out on the dance floor, and I did the dick bounce in front of everybody.
Nice.
Can you
Yes.
explain what the dick bounce is?
Yeah,
or maybe show it?
Absolutely. I'm not going to show it.
Is that like slap slap?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's something too.
I don't even, I stood up, and I horse stance spread my legs, and I just humped the air.
Yeah.
So that my dick bounced against the inside of my jeans, and everybody saw it.
I heard that.
I'm having a hard time picturing
Yeah,
it. So
It's not going to work in these shorts. It's not even that I don't want to do it.
I hear that really turns women on. It obviously worked. You have a baby with her now.
She's still, and not from that night.
So which means you had more than one time.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Andrea,
Nice.
do crushes count as girls you just met that night?
Sure.
All right. I guess the most embarrassing thing I ever did was I went on a cruise when I was 18 with my buddy Scott, and we met some girls on the boat, and we got voluntold to be the dummies for this contest, and they dressed me up like a woman, and I ended up winning some prize.
You telling about that?
But that was pretty embarrassing. But I mean, I followed through with it. I was a thespian at the time.
That's
so
where you won the bottle of champagne and you shared it?
And a pin.
Why was that embarrassing?
Because I was dressed up in full makeup, wig, bra, fake
You were
boobs.
probably having the time of your life.
Stop it, girl. I was fabulous.
Yes,
in fact, my
queen.
name was Eileen Dover. That was my name.
Eileen Dover.
Just another Friday night at the Poston House.
That's our secret.
Oh, what?
What about you, boys?
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too.
I don't. I keep looking at Tach, thinking that he might remember something that I don't.
know. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I can't either. No.
I'm sure there's a story. I just can't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on.
I've said and done some stupid things, but not because of crushes, but nothing that nothing to get their attention.
All that attention getting.
I'm sure I'll think of it later tonight.
Did you guys ever do some crazy stunt or something?
I was talking to one girl named Kara. Tach knows who I'm talking about, from Kennedy. And everybody had a crush on her. I think it was either Kara or Missy. I can't remember which one. And somebody came up behind me and pulled my pants all the way down to my ankles. But that wasn't really to get her attention.
That.
Yeah, Ken McKay did that.
And
I'll say his last name because that was kind of a dick move.
Ironic. I get a dick move. Pull your pants
down. It was a dick move.
The irony behind that is, even though his pants were pulled all the way down to the ground, Jimmy's dick was still underneath his pants. It's that long.
Well, what sucks is I have very slow reflexes, and so it took me a second to realize my pants were down. So I just kind of stared at my pants for a second.
He literally just stood there and was like,
Yeah.
Oh well. I guess that happened.
There's no point in rushing out. She's already seen my cock and balls. So
then he like slowly went down and pulled him back up, and I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "That's fucked up." Like,
but yeah. So that wasn't really to get her attention. I didn't do that. So
yeah.
All right, Tach doesn't have one, or do you?
I can't. I'm sure if I think of one on another episode, I'll tell it then.
Okay.
I'm sure there
your
is
track
one.
record. We still have yet to hear about you yelling at Rice, so we'll have to.
I got some recorded.
I want to hear about that.
I have some recorded.
All right, we're gonna add that maybe at the end of the show.
Okay.
I want to hear that.
I want to hear it. Last question is from Dorothy in Florida.
Dorothy.
Which is better to listen to, your heart or your brain?
I would say your friends.
Well, your heart goes boom, 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 and your brain doesn't do anything.
So your heart or your brain?
Brain. 1,000,000,000% brain.
Yeah, I'm with Tach. I'm going to go with brain.
Yeah, I'm going to say brain, but a lot of people have the inability to listen to their brain. So, which is where your friends come in.
Well, so
they're going to be your brain.
Scenario this for me. So heart would be chasing your passion and your love. Brain would be chasing logic, right? Is that what we're comparing
Well,
here?
I think it's one of those things where I really love this guy, but he's in prison serving 20 years for murder. If you follow your heart in that scenario, you're kind of dumb.
Or or could it be you're in a relationship and you're really madly in love with somebody that's completely outside of the relationship, and it'll kill you for the rest of your life not to take the chance.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, Adam's got to make it too complicated.
I know.
Sorry.
So what does your brain tell you to do?
Choose
but
my
then
heart.
what if you always listen to your brain and you never have love because you're always worried that
Tach,
something will happen?
Tach, I think that question is just for you.
Yeah, that's welcome to my world. So yeah, I'm single.
I think it's a good mix of both, honestly. I think you have to
a healthy
choose
mixture
heart.
too.
Yeah, I think you have to chase that heart, but you need to do it in a logical method. You can't, there's certain boundaries, there's certain things you can't do, but I think you have to follow your passion. You have to follow that love. To me, I think that's the way you do it.
Okay.
Reverse Guyry,
Is that
Andrea,
it?
what do you say?
Oh, definitely your heart.
You knew that was going to be your answer.
Yeah, that was a waste of. Did you just want to hear us say it?
Kind of. A little bit, maybe. Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
That was the best Guyry ever.
Oh, how long did you guys rehearse that?
We didn't. It was
97 episodes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, my goodness. All right, baby. Well, thank you very much for calling in the Guyry tonight. We miss you.
Miss you guys too.
I'm going to follow my heart into bedroom tonight, if you know what I mean.
Your heart
I'm going back to the milk spit up and diapers now. I'm fading. It's taking me away.
I'm going to insert some sounds of baby crying right there. All right, baby. I love you. Have a great night.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
What a world. What a world.
What a wild. What a wild.
That was the best Guyry ever.
That's pretty good. I like those questions tonight. Not that I don't like them other nights. Hang on a minute. I'm going to be in trouble with that.
All right. Well, you guys want to get out of here?
Wait. So before we do close out, Josh, I want to get this question answered from Tach before we close out the show of him yelling at this rice. So for the listeners that might not have heard, on episode 95 or 96, we came up with an idea for Tach's science experiment for his kid. Actually, it was Kathleen that came up with this. So it was episode 95.
Yeah.
Our show's studio sponsor, Kathleen Rodimer with Why Are We Here Studios, plug bell. But she said there's an experiment you can do with rice for growing mold, and you be nice to some things of rice, and then other bottles or boxes or whatever of rice you yell at and you treat them like shit. And I wanted to hear your take on it. How's that been going?
So right now we have 3 bags of rice. We have one that's labeled love, another one labeled hate, and another one's just our control. So the love one we only say sweet, nice things to, and then with the hate one we say angry, mean things to.
Okay.
How close in proximity are they?
Do you want to plug into there?
Right.
Plug right in. Same thing I was using.
I can't. I don't have the...
Oh, that's right. It's an iPhone. You can't plug into a mixer.
Right. So this is my son and I.
I hope you have a bad day. And
Rice, you are pathetic. You are the ugliest rice I've ever seen.
you don't even taste good, even though you're the same kind
You look like maggots. You look disgusting.
You're yellow. I hate the color yellow.
I hate yellow rice.
You have hate written on it.
You are disgusting rice. Look at you.
This is not even the same thing as the others.
Oh, God, I feel sick
throw
just
you.
looking at you. Don't throw it. Nope, you can't throw it. Oh, God,
You can throw it.
I hate you, rice. God! Oh, my God.
I hope you get diabetes.
I hope you die, rice.
Wilford Grimley and your
I
son.
hate you. Die!
So that's your hate rice, huh?
That's the love rice.
That's how you love in your house?
Yeah, we're a dominatrix kind of a thing.
Oh. So are there any
I want to hear you sweet talk rice too. Hang on a second. I'm in it for both.
Yeah, that's the hate rice.
have you noticed any differences in your rice and their
We have some surprising outcomes. So
Seriously?
far. Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Is it,
I'm
like
not
there's a
kidding.
difference?
Yeah, there's a major difference. Huge difference. It's crazy.
Can you describe the major difference?
Are they in bags when you yell at them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we sealed it, never opened it.
Yeah.
So the hate rice has the most mold growing in it. The control rice has second, and the love only has a very little bit. It's crazy.
What? Really?
Yeah. It's nuts.
So, all right,
What's
taking it to a
rice?
scientific level, do you think that like you're yelling at it and, giving it extra attention may be causing extra vibrate, like your voice
Yeah,
casts
that's what I was thinking too.
a
Science of it?
vibrational.
I don't know.
Is the science of it maybe making the rice kind of move around as you're yelling at it, and those vibrations cause additional bacteria to potentially spawn?
Or do
I
you
don't
spit a
know.
lot when you yell? Not like
sealed.
in a bad way.
He said
no,
it's
no,
sealed.
no.
Bag. So.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
true, but I'm just saying like projecting that
No.
bacteria onto the bag and
For
stuff.
close
Tach,
in
the love
proximity?
rice is when he spits on it. It's the love rice.
How close in proximity are all the rice to each other?
It's just like you throw some rice in a Ziploc bag.
No, I mean like the 3 separate bags. Like it's
does
one
the
like in
love
the
rice here-
bathroom, one in the living room.
Oh yeah,
one in the
we
kitchen?
separate them when we do these things.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
they're completely separate.
One of them, like the love rice that has very little mold on it, he puts it in the refrigerator, so it's not growing mold because it's in the refrigerator.
It's in the freezer.
Yeah. No shit. So there are fucking differences,
Yeah, it's
huh?
crazy.
Did you hang crystals around the rice bags? I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I had to. Kathleen, I love you. No shit. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cannot
it's
wait
pretty
to hear the outcomes of the science experiment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Well,
So
thank you for your update.
Weird.
So we're not going to get to listen to you sweet talk rice?
Did you record it?
I did not.
Do you sing to it?
I don't.
Why not?
What do you do with the control? Do you just ignore
Nothing.
it?
Yeah, you don't do anything.
It's the loneliest rice in his house. At least the bad rice is getting it's like a kid. It's like when a kid acts up, sometimes it's just for the attention of the parent that they
true.
don't get to see. So they act that they break shit. At least he's paying attention to me now.
That's what probably broke the thing. And like sitting on my counter, I had something broken. It was the control rice.
Just wants attention.
Yeah.
That's fucking fascinating.
That's
I'm sorry. That is
You're going to go home
fucking
and try
cool.
this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm
Yeah.
fucking going to buy rice and doing this at home. I think this is fascinating. I'm going to take it to the next level, though. I'm going to put my dick
You're
in
gonna
some
have,
rice.
yeah, you're gonna have sex with it, aren't you?
I'll wear a condom so it's controlled.
You know, all right, we need to get out of here.
All right, cool. Well, on behalf of Living Podcariously, thank you very much for listening to us tonight. Go check out True Phonic. The links are in the show notes, or you can just search them on iTunes, on YouTube, on Facebook, anywhere. Look for True Phonic, TRUPHONIC.
2 words.
Yeah, two separate words. All right, cool. And go check out Masterful Beard for any of your beard oil needs. That should be in the show notes as well. I forgot to put it in the last show. We'll get it in there for this one,
Right,
buddy.
Professional beard care for the professional beardsman.
Nice.
So thank you very much for listening. I am Adam.
I'm Tach.
I'm Mr. Wilson.
And to our guest,
Jimmy,
thank you so much for coming tonight. We appreciate
Thank
it,
you for
buddy.
having me.
Cool. All right, guys. See you next week.
I gotta split quick somehow, because you got me in deep, too deep right now. Soon I'm feeling restless, when most of our time is spent around my mattress.
All right, hold the damn phone. You mean to tell me the rice experiment actually worked? Hold on, was this peer-reviewed in some journal? Really? I mean, I get the yelling and being mean to the hate rice, but the love rice? Tach, come on, buddy. We all know what you've been doing with that love rice. Remember, ladies, he is single.
Everything. never be hesitant. But I spent my whole life looking for a quick fix. Hey, no, I can hear a mess. It's like I'm going deaf, and you can hear me singing if my thoughts all strapped. Baby, tell me what's left. And now I can't believe this how it's gotta be. Oh, you make me feel away, but I still gotta leave. I gotta be free. Yeah. You've been selling me all your essence, baby. Lately, well, I'm crazy, 'cause I just can't give you everything.
Thank you for listening to Living Podcariously. Listeners, if you want your questions answered by the crew during the Guyry, make sure to hit them up on Facebook. Shoot the show a message. We love answering your questions.
Maybe you're better than the rest. Maybe I'm going deaf, so you can hear me singing if my thoughts all strapped. Baby, tell me what's left. Selling me all your essence, baby. Lately, well, I'm crazy, 'cause I just can't give you everything. Lately, oh, you've been selling me all your essence, baby. Crazy, 'cause I just can't give you everything. Lady.
Love Rice.